Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone's having themselves a mighty fine day. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell of dawn so the Ghost of the 13-month series doesn't get you and we can stay notified. And round of applause for this bozo slave in utero. We actually put out a really good chapter this week. And I say really good, I mean like not it didn't bother me, I was indifferent, like a good one, like 8 out of 10, like good job. So credit where credit is due. He hopped straight into the flashback with Gustang trying to get back his memories that he discarded in the book. And Skull brought up something that's pretty interesting that I want to kind of pose to you guys. It's possible that we're just going to get the flashback in general just because, but you have to remember that Traumaray put his memories in Leviathan. That's in Bam as well. And then the book is where Gustang put whatever memories he tried to find, and with him absorbing it from Bam. Is he absorbing both somehow? Is he purposely also taking the memories that Traumaray discarded? Or like what's going on really, like what portion is really Gustang's memories? Because the Team 4-star joke where Frieza's like, how did you remember the parts you weren't there for like the flashback? Like there's parts where Traumaray's doing things where I'm like, Gustang, you're not here. Like how would you know this to discard it? Unless somehow he was able to get that information from Enkidu or something. I'm not entirely sure, but speaking of Enkidu, it was a no-named piece of cube jello. And it just was like, Traumaray was like on his like, give me something that's nothing that could become anything. And Gustang was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, what are you on? The hell does that mean? That was kind of funny to me. And then the workshop ended up making that for him. So Enkidu was blessed with a lot of the memories and knowledge of what went on with the 10 great families. I think Mexeth knows a lot and probably traveled with them. Zyler and a couple of other people really think that it's possible that he was the first true irregular, the first outsider to come into the tower before the 13 Great Warriors came. And obviously the huge big thing was Hadon. Hadon came through, and we haven't seen Hadon since since the first season, but obviously I think during the Elaine flashback when she was chosen as a princess to climb the tower, we did see him there kind of like, yeah, blah, 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 but didn't really say nothing. So this has solidified some people's idea that he's the final antagonist for the last villain we're going to face. I do think that he's going to play a really big part in the end game. I'm not sure. You guys can answer that for yourself. I have asked you guys before if you thought Zahard would be the final antagonist of Tower of God. And y'all had your varying opinions and, ideas and whatnot. Hadon was a prominent one. Rachel, I think, was up there. There's another weird one. I forgot. There was a really weird one. I don't remember what it was, but there was that. So Hadon basically told him, I even can't. But by the way, Enkidu was praying for the ability to become human, which means Hadon answered this prayer, and it did say that he's known as the most transcendent being in the tower. Don't know what that necessarily means yet, but seems like I think he's probably like the best out of all the administrators or guardians, whatever you want to call them, or floor rulers too. He's like the head honcho. And he has the mobility and freedom to go where he wants as he pleases. And he is on the first floor to generally guide the irregulars specifically. So that's a cool thing that I'm a fan of with him coming through. And basically he says, there's a way for you to become human. Just take over another human's body. And then he meets Traumaray again. And he's like, oh, like, it's you. I'm here to be your friend. He's like, okay. And he like smiles. But my question was, does Traumaray know Enkidu took over a previous person's body and is puppeteering it, or does he think he turned into a human? So I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section below about that. But those were all the main things. It was cool seeing them be younger. Obviously, there's this one panel where it looks like you could see some of the other travelers or family heads. I believe this is post breakup with V and Arlene, but pre-war between V and Arlene and Zahar. I don't think the war started yet. You can see a lot of these families haven't really shaped up to be what they are yet. One hasn't fucked like 500 bitches yet and had 1 million children, so that didn't happen. On top of the fact that you can see the fishbowl that Traumaray's building is still in its infancy, and I don't think Gustang has really started to do much yet. Like, he's just brought up, like, working with the workshop, so we'll see what kind of crazy stuff he ends up inventing from that standpoint. But they completed the climb to at least the 134th floor, and Zahar has become the king. And a lot of hidden civilizations came out of hiding to kind of fight against that, or, like, be like, oh, nah. oh nah, like we're not doing that. So that's cool. We did see some beastkin looking beings, which makes me think that they existed before. So I'm not sure if there's a difference between the beastkin that Traumeré had been made with his people and what those old ones are. Can he control them? That all remains to be seen, but it was a cool chapter. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. My favorite panel was Gustang being like, "What the hell is this, bro? What's bro talking about? Something that's nothing but could be anything." And then, as for my favorite piece of dialogue, there was this portion where Traumeré was talking with a flower that exceeded expectations or did what it didn't intend, and I thought it was an interesting insight to his character and his psyche. And I actually think that Traumeré has always been the way he is, and him losing his memories or discarding him hasn't particularly changed how he goes about how he approaches stuff. Icarus is possibly in the chapter. Some people said it was Rachel's mom. I'm not sure. He wanted to control her. And the last thing I want to mention before I forget, because this was a cool thing. Someone thinks, actually, let me read it word for word, bar for bar, because I did screenshot it. It was by don't tell me I deleted it. I deleted it. Hold on, but it's probably in my my recycling. It's still here. Give me a second. Yeah, there it is. Not Sean SD. I wonder if Traumeré wanted Enkidu to take over that girl who's with Traum, because at the beginning he says he wishes he could control her like an animal, but Hadon maybe left out the fact that Enkidu could only take over males, so she ends up dying through that, and this is what creates further division between the family heads, which might be what Hadon planned all along. Some food for thought for you guys. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that's very interesting, but you definitely know that his actions caused her to die and also caused a bigger rift between the family heads and whatnot. So maybe it's because he thought I think he's going to misinterpret Traumeré's wills, wants, and needs, or whatever the case may be, and that's going to result in her death, and this is why he ends up imprisoning Enkidu for all these years, and then it becomes angry at him or whatever. So with that being said, like the video, subscribe. Thank you for listening. Definitely check the stream out. We got a lot of good content coming for you guys, a lot of collaborative stuff, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to keep the Tower of God community together and cohesive as best as I can, but like I told you guys on 2 streams, if something don't really shake by the end of this year, you're really not going to be seeing me as often as you used to, probably very sparingly. But you guys be safe, have a nice day, join the Patreon, goodbye, yeah. Patreon gang, appreciate you guys every month as per usual. You guys be paying my bills, helping me get through life every single day. Huge shout out to the CBLs. That's a certified BAM lover. They be loving Bam LaBam James. But a huger shout out to the Priest of Fire. Those are the tier 2s, the certified brothers lovers, and they might be the real CBLs. And the biggest shout out to the 5th Zen God. Shout out to all of my tier 3s. Shout out to I'm in the Gym, Abdel, Childish Nujabes, Fairs, Huey, Johnny Rogers, Number 1 Mod Catan, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Naz Riley, Revenant, Scobe, Simi, Tao, Tino Brown, Urek Masino, Wolf General, Zodiac Nemiko, and Zyler Scotty. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. I got to eat some sugar grass today. Oh yeah, we moving on up, baby.